EA Sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports! It's in the game!
Madden NFL 2005.
The fans continue to file in as we come to you live from San Diego, California. We're just past the halfway point, and tonight's game looks like it should be a great battle between two very well-prepared teams. So thanks for joining us as the Saints match up against the Chargers. Hi again, everyone. It's almost time for the kickoff. Al Michaels here to bring you this one with my partner, John Madden.
This defense has been watching extra film all week because they're facing a dangerous duel. And it starts with this guy. He'll make throws that no other quarterback would ever think about making. Think the guy's covered? And boom! He fires one in between two defenders for a touchdown.
Kevin Dyson will be his go-to guy once again, and for obvious reasons. He's one of the better route runners and always seems to make the catch in traffic. Stopping this combo hasn't been easy for many defenses, so we'll have to see what type of coverages they go with to prevent these two from doing a lot of damage.
This is a team that plays as one unit out there, and they're proving it right now. Look at them. They're all jumping up and down at the same time.
Both teams have taken the field, and let's see what happens now as we're ready for the kickoff. The Saints are lined up for the kickoff.
Johnson back to return.
Should be a return here. From the 1. He was unable to make anything happen on that return.
This special teams coverage came swarming down on him, and he had nowhere to hide.
It's 1st and 10. The Saints come out in a nickel package. Throwing. This one falls incomplete. The little lob doesn't find its intended target. The Saints come out in a nickel package. Drops back. Gets rid of it. And good pressure forced him to get rid of the pass early.
The guys up front got good pressure, forcing him to get rid of that one before he wanted to.
The Saints come out in a nickel package. With the pass, it's going the other way. The defender goes down. What a play by the veteran.
You know, this is one guy who has a pretty impressive list of big plays that he's made over the years.
This offense, John, could have a very big day running the ball against a defensive unit that's really struggled in that area. So it's a 1st down with great field position after the interception. Tosses it out to the right. Breaks free of the defender. Marino is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 14-yard line. 5-yard gain. Jill Arrington down on the field.
I caught up with Coach Schottenheimer as his team was coming out onto the field. He said for them to be successful, they have to be able to make plays on both sides of the ball. And if they can do that consistently, they should be able to control the game.
All right, Jill, thank you for the update. And it looks like there's a penalty on the play.
False start on the offense. Number 23.
Yeah, moved a little early there.
Yeah, the rule for the offensive line is once you put your hand down, you can't move until the ball snaps.
Ooh, that one will leave a mark.
He got hit so hard he darn near had to take a taxi back to the stadium.
And he picks up about 4. They'll have to get to the 10 to convert.
Come on, let's go.
The backs are lined up in an I. Throwing short to the right side. He hits his receiver. Gash didn't get enough for the first.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Carney comes out, hoping to put points on the scoreboard for the first time. And it's up. The veteran kicks it through.
No problem for him. Whatever the situation, he'll approach it the same way. Cool and smooth.
The Saints are ready to kick this one off.
Johnson back to return.
Nice kick. Plenty of distance. From the 7-yard line to the 20. We'll get to Jill in a second to find out about the injury. First and 10. They'll go from the I formation. The 40. He's finally brought down at the 39-yard line. Credit the line for creating a big game. Great blocking.
I think that there's a little bit of both. Obviously, he's a threat anytime he has the ball, but the defense misplayed that one a little bit too. Both of those factors contributed to that big play.
Only one man back. Rivers sends a man in motion. Mitchell brings him down at the 30. 8-yard gain. To convert for the first, they'll have to get the ball inside the 29-yard line. Turner lines up behind his fullback in the I. He'll feel that one tomorrow.
Yeah, with how hard he just got hit, he's lucky to be able to hold on to the ball.
That run won't move them far.
The lineman just failed to open up any holes to run through or give him room to work with.
1 yard to go. Hand it off. Smith records the stop at the 29-yard line. Turner couldn't find an opening and was brought down very quickly.
Yeah, he was. This line has to do a better job of holding up at the point of attack. He has a fast first step. He can explode through the hole, but he needs a line to create that little crease or cutback lane to break free.
Kading lines up for the field goal to try to put them on the board for the first time in the game. The kick is up. The rookie sends it sailing through.
He's definitely got an NFL leg on him.
The bold straw even.
Check this out.
The Chargers set to kick it deep. And he got all of that one. A great kick. From the 5 to the 20. The offense ready to go again after their last possession resulted in a field goal. First and 10. McAllister, the lone back. Hands it off to the back. Leverett records the tackle at the 33-yard line. Not much on that play.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you talk about a disciplined defense. They stay at home and wait for the runner to come to them.
They need 7. The Bolts come out in the quarter defense. Gets the delayed handoff. Davis stops the play in the backfield. The defensive line wins that battle.
Yeah, and he was looking for a place to cut back, but the defenders had all their gaps, and there was no place to cut at all.
3rd and long. Brooks will work out of the shotgun. Guns it left side. And the catch is made. Nathan gets stopped short of the marker on that play. White sets up to run back the punt. Here's the punt. And so the punt goes out of bounds. It's 1st and 10. Turner, the lone back. Dyson, the man in motion. Throwing on 1st down. Pressure coming, and he's taken down in the backfield by Hodge. Rivers couldn't find his target quickly enough and goes down hard.
He was being patient, waiting for something to happen. Then whap!
Following the sack, it's 2nd and long.
Watch the draw! Watch the draw!
New Orleans comes out in their nickel package.
Come on now! Let's do this!
Surveying the field. Throwing. And he hits his target. Good catch on 2nd and long that picks up the 1st down.
That one was about pass rush and pass protection. The offensive line was successful in what they had to do to make sure the quarterback had the time he needed.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Hand it off. He shakes a defender. Big pop that time.
You want someone there to tell you to watch out because he just got decked.
He was fortunate to get anything on that play.
And that's a tribute to their strength and conditioning coach. These guys spend almost as much time in the weight room as they do on the field. And you see it pay off when a guy can turn a play that looks like a sure loss into a play for a couple of yards.
The Saints come out in a nickel package. Closing in, puts it on the ground. The Saints get it. He was trying to make something happen by himself and puts it on the ground. At the end of the 1st quarter, we're all even. San Diego, 3. New Orleans, 3. And we're ready to start the 2nd quarter. 1st and 10. They line up in the I formation. He's brought down behind the line for a short loss. McAllister didn't have much to work with on that running play.
That's because the defense did a good job anticipating the snap count. With an aggressive defense like this, a hard count could be an effective way to keep them off balance while trying to draw them off sides.
Brooks back in the shotgun. Hand it off to the back. Lassiter records the tackle at the 25. Short gain on that burst through the middle, maybe half a yard.
I don't think I'd call that run a burst. That was more of a limp up the middle.
The 1st down marker just inside the 17. Brooks scans the defense from the gun. Drops back, gets rid of it. A little behind, but he has it. Lassiter makes the tackle at the 15.
Watch it here. This is a great call on 3rd down to keep this drive alive. They were in a tough spot here. But this is a heck of a throw and catch to pick up that first down.
Pathan in motion. Tosses it out to the right. Lieber breaks the play up in the backfield. He tried to find something off the edge, John, but there wasn't anything there.
Yeah, but there was no corner to turn. He's looking for the corner, and it just never got there.
They'll need to reach the 5 to convert. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. On the carry.
The running game has not been able to get started today. They got to hope that the passing offense is ready to carry the load.
Here's a 3rd and long situation. They come out of the nickel. With the throw.
This is just a beautiful play to force the incompletion. I mean, he gets up high, and he turns what could be a touchdown into a heck of a defensive play.
And it's on its way. The attempt is good. The Saints are lined up for the kickoff.
Johnson back deep to return.
Good kick, should be returnable. From the 8.
Both teams have played pretty well so far. It's still anyone's game.
First and 10. Turner. They'll go with a play fake. Throws it. Kraft stops him at the 42-yard line. Good read, finding the single coverage in the secondary. It's first and 10. Only one man in the backfield. Heel, the man in motion. Turner. Nice play fake. With the throw, he finds his man. Diving tackle to bring him down. They get another first down here.
Well, they're not doing anything fancy, but good old-fashioned drop back and pass. And it's working.
So they have first and 10 here. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Gets the pass off, and he makes the grab. He was really hit hard on that play.
Yeah, you talk about your depleter. That's what happened there. He unloaded, and he got a depleter.
Almost at the 2-minute mark now. The quarterback is back in the shotgun, looking downfield, and this pass is completed. He did a nice job pulling that one in.
This guy spends a lot of extra time at practice running routes. Looks like it's really starting to pay off.
Ball on the 22-yard line, and this is the 5th play of this drive. 2-minute warning coming up. Ball on the 22-yard line. 5th play of this drive. 2 minutes to go. Turner, the deep back. Throwing. The pass ball's incomplete. The quarterback thought he had that one.
You got to deliver the ball out there quickly, but it has to be catchable. You got to use some touch.
Big third down now. They'll probably get the ball to their go-to guy and give him a chance to make a play. Sixth play of this drive. New Orleans comes out in their nickel package. With the throw, he finds his man. Touchdown, Chargers. Rivers finds the weakness in the defense and makes them pay.
I've been to many places. I see many faces often.
Kading comes in for the extra point. And it's up. The point after is good. The Bolts are ready to kick this one off. Booming kick downfield. From the 2 to the 20. On their last position, they came away with a field goal. Let's see what happens this time around. We're guessing they're going to just throw it and do their best to move into scoring range since they don't want to go into the half with the score the way it is. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun. Pumps. Throws it. I think he might have had someone open.
Yeah, he had a receiver wide open. He just didn't see him.
They'll need a good pickup here to make their way further downfield, or they'll have to face a third down situation. Quarterback back in the shotgun. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. Not much touch on that pass.
May have tried to put a little too much oomph on that throw. If you're the defense, you don't want to get flagged for interference and let them keep this drive going. They've done a good job the last 2 plays, so let's see if they can do it again.
McAllister, the lone back. Brooks with a man in motion. Dropping back. Throws it. And it's caught. Number 29 stops him at the 44. He'll pass on 1st down. Gets the pass off. Pass falls incomplete. That incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Fifth play of this drive. Brooks will work out of the shotgun. Gets rid of it. Incomplete pass. What a play by the corner to get to that pass.
He really had good position on the receiver without interfering. If they're going to get the first here, they'll need their offensive line to maintain their blocks and give the quarterback enough time to make a good throw.
McAllister, the lone back. Williams moves in motion. Drops back. Under pressure. Gets the pass off. Edwards records the stop at the 46. So the drive stalls, and we'll probably see the punter here. Berger is back to punt. Here's the kick. He signals for a fair catch. They're trying to move the ball downfield and increase their lead before halftime. 1st and 10. The defense lines up in the nickel. Rivers with a man in motion. Dropping back. Pressure. Gets rid of it. And it's caught. John, one of your favorite terms right here. I'm going to use it. Boom.
Yeah, but that's worse than a boom. That kind of hit could loosen your teeth.
The offense picks up some free yardage.
That's the stuff the defensive coordinator hates to see. Nothing hurts your team like giving them free field position.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Pass play here on 1st down. Throwing. With the adjustment, he has it. San Diego calls a timeout. They have 2 timeouts left. The Bolts are having success on 1st and 2nd down on this drive and haven't faced a 3rd down situation yet. It's 1st and 10. Rivers back in the shotgun. Dropping back the pass on 1st down. Gets the pass off. He just dropped that pass.
I think he just took his eyes off that one. The defense should be looking for a pass, even if they have a few timeouts. The run doesn't seem like a smart call because they should be trying to get him within range of a touchdown right now, which means a pass would do the trick.
The backs are lined up in an I. With the pass, drops the interception. He makes a great play by breaking the pass.
The quarterback has all the tools you look for. He just needs to be a little more patient out there.
5th play of this drive. The lineup with 6 defensive backs. Drops back. Gets rid of it. And it's complete. Ambrose belts him hard at the 32. They'll try to add 3 with a field goal before halftime. Kading heads out onto the field for the field goal attempt. The kick is up. And so that kick is good. 3 more points added to the board with that successful kick, his 2nd so far. Squib kick. From the 25. Following a punt on their last drive, the offense now makes its way back out onto the field.
This is where the defense needs to just play smart and not give up a big play. There's not a whole lot of time left, so they just need to prevent them from getting into field goal range.
Shotgun!
Brooks scans the defense from the gun. With the pass, this pass is incomplete, and the cornerback is able to tip it away from the intended receiver.
He got a good sense of knowing where the ball will come down and when to make his move.
McAllister, the lone setback, drops back, slings it over the middle, and it's complete.
The offense calls a timeout. Stallworth with the reception. 9-yard gain on the play.
It's 3rd down and a yard. Brooks from the shotgun. Pressure coming. Lets this pass fly deep down the middle. Incomplete. After the first 2 quarters of play, the score is 13-6. Welcome back as we get the second half underway. Both teams have lined up and we're set for the second half kickoff.
Back to return.
Should be a return here. From the 10 to the 20. The Saints will start this drive from the 29.
On the return.
First and 10. McAllister setting up play action with the pass. Davis is the guy who's there to bring him down. At the 42, he catches a floater for the first down.
And it's a good thing he caught it. You don't want to drop those passes that are sure first downs.
It's first and 10. The Bolts come out in a nickel package. Horn, the man in motion. Pass play here on first down. Stopped behind the line, loss of a couple. Dingle drags him down behind the line. Great play from the defensive end.
He's such a disruptive force against the pass, whether he's coming after the quarterback or knocking the ball out of the air.
Following the sack, it's second and long.
Come on now.
The Chargers come out in a nickel package.
Here we come.
Throwing. Almost picked off. I thought that was about to be picked off, John.
That one looked like it slipped out of his hand a little bit while he was winding up to throw it.
Here's a look at the third down success rate of each team.
Third down conversions are usually a good barometer of how well your offense is playing. It means that your offense is making big plays when they need them.
With the throw. The pass ball's incomplete. Brooks got the coverage he was looking for, but a great defensive effort forces the incomplete pass. Berger comes into the game for the punt. Here's the punt. Fair catch called for.
Stop and listen to the DJ.
Check this out.
I'm so invincible because I got that back.
It's first and 10.
Watch the bootleg. Raise a two. Raise a two.
Big pop that time.
Boom! That is big-time football.
Pulled down after a minimal gain.
They just manhandle them at the line of scrimmage. I always say that if you win the battle in the trenches, it's going to go a long way towards your winning the game.
Second and 9 coming up here. Smith records the tackle at the 26-yard line. That run didn't get them much.
Yeah, there was a defender in every gap ready to make the tackle on that play.
They need 6.
Come on, let's go.
Dropping back, throws it, dumps this one off to his left. Turner can't find a way to advance it to the first down marker. Very solid defensive effort to force the 3 and out. Here's the kick. And he waves for the fair catch.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line.
So they have first and 10 here. Gets the pass off. He hits his receiver. Brooks showing you his powerful throwing arm on that pass.
Not only does this guy have a strong arm, but his quick release makes him very tough to sack.
It's 1st and 10. The Bolts come out in a nickel package. It's the toss to the left. Dropped in the backfield for a short loss. Davis makes a good play, got into the backfield, and made the stop for a loss.
And that's one of the things the coaching staff really likes about him. He loves to play the run, and he's a good tackler.
2nd and long coming up here. Horn in motion. McAllister. Great fake. Heel makes the play at the 49. Johnny had nobody open, so he takes off and picks up some nice yardage.
And that was an athletic play right there. They gave him a little gap, and he turned it into a big gap and some big yardage.
That first down marker is just inside the 46.
The defense really bears down on 3rd down.
They'll go with a run once again. Gets the pass off. This pass is incomplete. So that one flutters incomplete.
He put too much touch on that one.
Dwight into return. Here's the punt. He's waving for the fair catch. And there's a flag on the play.
Personal foul. Kick catching interference on the kicking team.
Allen
Number 50.
just got up too close to him.
Once he signals for a fair catch, you can't touch him. You have to give him a fair opportunity to catch the ball.
1st and 10. Only one man back. Rivers with a man in motion. Mitchell pulls him down at the 30. He might have gotten a yard or two.
That guy got knocked around by that defense. He needs a little protection from his linemen.
9 yards to go. Turner, the lone back. Rivers with a man in motion. Dives and makes the tackle. And John, they're still trying to move the ball on the ground.
This is a tough physical team that likes to run the ball in just about any situation. When you can run the ball consistently, it really wears down the interior line, and it helps to slow down those pass rushers.
5 yards to go. The Saints come out in a nickel package. With the pass, and he hits his target. Smith brings him down at the 46. Nice read, finding the receiver who was in single coverage. First and 10. They've had a lot of success rushing on first down, John, averaging over 8 yards per carry.
Yeah, when you have 7 or 8 yards on first down, you're having a pretty good game.
Dives and brings him down. And that gain will get them a fresh set of downs.
He just exploded towards the marker that time. That was a big-time run.
It's first and 10. They put up some very gaudy numbers rushing on first down.
The offensive line has given the runners some good holes today.
Hodge records the tackle at the 26. Turner, he's closing in on 100 yards rushing. So at the end of the third quarter, the score is 13-6. And we'll start the fourth quarter. Sixth play of this drive. In field goal range now. Hand it off again. Smith makes the stop at the 22-yard line. Good gain for the offense here in the second half.
This is one of those guys who seems to play better as the game goes on. The more he gets the ball, the better he does. I'd expect to see him get quite a few touches here as the game winds down.
Rivers sends a man in motion. Hand it off to the back. Rogers stops him at the 18-yard line. So a pickup of maybe 3. It's third down, 2 to go. They'll make this a 2-possession game if they get into the end zone in this drive. They're just inside the 20. Hand off to the tailback. Stopped behind the line. Lost him a couple. Nothing doing on that running play, so they'll probably send in the kicker.
I think so. When you've got the lead, you don't have to try anything fancy. You just tack on the 3 and put the game in your defense's hands.
This officially will be a 37-yard attempt. And it's on its way. Kading sent that one right through, his third of the game. The Chargers are taking control in this one. As we take a look at his success returning kicks, we get ready for the kickoff. The Bolts are set to kick it deep. Sends it sailing. From the 13. The defense will try to force them to punt again as they did the last time the offense had the ball. So they have 1st and 10 here. Brooks sends a man in motion. McAllister. Marino is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 25. Couldn't find much of a hole, and he's brought down after a gain of what looks like a couple.
Yeah, you talk about push. This line got no push at all, and there was nowhere to go.
9 yards to go. The Chargers come out in a dime package. Gets rid of it. Edwards takes him down at the 32. Caught the pass but didn't go anywhere.
Nope, they were on him like glue.
Two yards to go.
This team has to start converting on 3rd down if they're going to be successful.
Lieber with the tackle at the 33. 1 yard to go.
Get off the field. Stay with him.
Good play in the backfield. The offense turns the ball over on downs.
At this point in the game, they need a big play. Sometimes high risk equals high reward. They might try a different play next time.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Turner lines up behind his fullback in the eye. Solid hit, just punched him.
The thing is, when you get hit like that, it's like having a bumblebee in your helmet. You just can't get rid of it.
You need to step up front, and if you can't hear it, then tell him to turn it up. What the hell are you waiting for? Everybody in
They have to
here
get
on
inside the
dance
18
floor.
to convert for the 1st down. They'll go from the I formation. Dyson comes in motion. Howard makes the play at the 25. John, nothing there on that play. Looks like he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
They better mix up the play call a little more, trying to free up some space in the middle. That back just didn't have any help from his line on that play.
The Saints come out in a nickel package. You could hear the collision up here.
He's feeling it right now. Either that or he's numb all over. And that's worse.
Kading and the kicking team come on for this field goal attempt. The kick is up. The attempt is good. The Bolts now enjoy a 2-touchdown lead. Lewis, he's back for the kickoff as we take a quick glance at his return numbers. The Chargers are lined up for the kickoff. They'll return this one. From the 15-yard line, the 30. The Saints will start the drive from the 34. The defense is trying to force a turnover, which would put an end to this game right now. 1st and 10. The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. Throws it. He hits his receiver. Lieber makes the tackle at the 42, calling it audible. The rush is on. Incomplete pass. John, he nailed him as the ball arrived and knocked it loose.
Yeah, so good it knocked the ball right out of his hands. If they get a first here, they'll need to start picking them up quick. The more downs you use to get the first, the longer it takes, and they need every second on the clock to try and make a comeback.
They line up in the I formation. Brooks sends a man in motion. Dropping back, closing in, and he's tackled behind the line by Lieber. Eight to go. Not a lot of options here. They have to take a shot and go for it. Drops back. Throwing. This pass is incomplete. They failed to get the first and turn it over on downs.
They needed to keep the ball and try to score. Maybe next time they may try something a little different from the playbook.
This one is just about in the books. Rivers with a man in motion. Handed off to the back. Rogers stops him at the 33-yard line. Just about a 3-yard gain. They need 7.
Okay, here we go. That's a bootleg. Keys. Set.
They give it to the halfback. Mitchell makes the tackle at the 27. Picked up about 6 yards that time.
I'm guessing this should be a run. The defense can't be lollygagging around, because if they are and they give up a first, this one's over.
They need to get the ball inside the 26-yard line to convert for the first down.
Watch the run.
Hands it off. Young pulls him down at the 26-yard line. 4th down upcoming, but they're in position to add to their lead.
Yeah, and that's what they wanted to do. Control the ball and the clock while getting into position to add at least 3 points.
So we'll see if the field goal unit can come through here. Kading looking to make a good kick here. And it's on its way through the uprights and good. Lewis gets set to return the kickoff as we take a look at his stats. The Chargers are ready to kick this one off.
Lewis back deep to return.
It's on its way. From the 15. The 30. The Saints will start the drive from the 36-yard line. Just over a minute still to go. McAllister lines up behind his fullback in the eye. Dropping back the pass on 1st down. Gets the pass off. This pass is incomplete. No choice here, John. They just have to keep throwing.
Yeah, they do. Running the ball isn't going to do a whole lot of good now. Okay, they got to keep throwing downfield to move the chains while keeping the clock movement to a minimum.
The backs are lined up in an eye. Throws it. He has some room. And it's caught. Lassiter with the tackle at midfield.
Gain of 14 on the play.
Let's go. He'll stop the clock with the spike. It's 2nd down and 10 to go. From the gun. Gets the pass off. And he drops the pass. That touch pass had very little touch, John.
He had the right idea. Just got away from it.
And this is the 5th play of this drive. The lineup with 6 defensive backs. Throwing. It's complete. The defender brings him down at the 35-yard line. He's trying to get them back to the line. Spike stops the clock. They have to move him down quickly here on 2nd down. They need to reach the 25 to convert. Brooks will work out of the shotgun. Rolling out to his right. Behind him, but he has it. Diving tackle at the 20-yard line. Changing the play now. He'll stop the clock with the spike.
They're going to need to pass here, and they're not worried about 1st downs anymore. They need big gains and a quick score.
9th play of this drive. They're threatening inside the 20. They have to get some points on this drive and are in good position now to do that as they're in the red zone, directing traffic.
2-yard gain on the play.
Spike stops the clock. Fourth down here, and the 10-yard line is where they have to go for a 1st down. Well, it's really not much of a decision here. They have to go for it. Throws it. Picked off. It's intercepted. And he forced that one.
And the key to the play was pressure. They forced the quarterback to get rid of it before he's ready. And when he's rushing his throws out there, bad things are going to happen to this offense. They've got the lead in the ball, so they should just be calling dive plays to run out the clock.
The backs are lined up in an I. He gets the carry. Can't bring him down. Jones takes him down at the 20-yard line. Turner eclipses the 100-yard mark on that carry. The gun signals the end of the game. The final score is San Diego 22, New Orleans 6. Not a lot of points, but not close either. 2 touchdowns separating the two teams.